or oh, here we go. Okay.
Hey, Rob.
Any celebrations or hold on. Or gratitudes? Come on in. We're just getting started. Okay. Well, one thing that I'm happy to share. So last week there was the NAR conference in DC, which they have every single year. One thing that was pretty important news that the NAR was able to have a huge influence in, and that is that, you know, I know most of you guys have been talking about it, that for individuals that had a credit score below 680 or where they were receiving an advantage on, or their fees were going to be reduced, I guess is the better way to say it, that got overturned. So where that was supposed to be in effect got pushed back to August 1st. That administrative policy got completely overturned. Well, it's DTI. I think they're intertwined. But there's two. There's a DTI and then the credit. So from what I've got in writing, it actually has it includes that one. But if I'm wrong, then I mean you would know better than I would with how that's being done. But my understanding is they were both impacted. But yeah, I did know the DTI was the key thing that was there, but there were the two that were involved.
The DTI LPA, Scott.
So anybody had a credit score of 680 or more that they
Extra piece. Oh, good to know.
hey, go next. So this week at a glance, obviously we got several trainings that are also occurring. See on preparing for clients in transition to a new home. Then we've got this video is king, 1 hour CE. The other one, the loan process and credit scores, 2 hours CE. So if you are needing any of your CE credit, jump on that and take care of it. What's that? You got plenty of CE? All right, well, that's good. Let's see. I think so the closings that we had, congratulations. Any of you on this list that are here? If not, that's all right. We had 32 closings last week, so that was up from the week before, which is fantastic. It's exactly what we want to be able to continue to do. So then we had Jessica Williams, Wendy Lawrence, and Donna Crawley, who had multiple transactions. So that's awesome. That's fantastic. Hopefully if you're not on this list, that next week you'll be able to be on yourself. So, okay. And then this ninja selling. So we're getting at a point, if definitely time is running out, and it's at a point that if we don't get things filled, it may have to be canceled. So this is something that we brought back because everybody wanted to have this again. Just people keep talking about that they're going to get signed up, but yet they haven't done it. So if you are interested in doing this, please make sure that you get signed up quickly. Otherwise, if we do have it, the cost will go up after the 15th. Otherwise, there is a chance that it may go ahead. We have to cancel it if we don't get enough people that are going to be participating. So, okay. I don't believe she's not here to go into it. So I don't have all the details of what she would normally be talking about, but as mentioned last week, this rodeo, this event does sell out. I know that much, that they have every single year. It is a fun event that is scheduled on the 27th through 30th. Oh, sorry, that's the ninja selling, but on June 16th, this will be a fun event for your family. So please go ahead and get registered quickly if you haven't already done so. And you'll probably miss it if you don't do it quickly. All right. Okay, we'll go ahead. Do we have Silverback? One more to hear. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All
man.
right. Just a little quick. All right. All right. You'll get your turn. You'll get your turn. The
Seriously, that was weird. That's a good ADHD again. I'll blame that on ADHD.
all right. How about Ibex? I'm guessing no. Okay. Now elevate.
We're teaching the class today, so
You'll do it then?
we'll do it then, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. OBO, I don't believe anyone's here. First Colony.
Okay, so we all know that rates are a little bit higher than we like them right now. And has anybody had problems with people having lower interest rates and not wanting to sell or buy into a new home because of the rates are higher? Also, yeah, so we do have a system that we can use to kind of show how it might still benefit them. If they have a lot of debt that they've got, but they've got that, 2% interest rate, we can put that into our system and show that, well, if your credit cards are, 20%, 20%, 20%, but then you've got a 2% interest rate, it really equals out to still having a 6.5% interest rate. So you're actually instead of having your mortgage payment plus all of your credit cards or cars or whatever you've got, we can put it all into the house, have that 6% interest rate, and actually save you like $1,500 a month instead of, paying an extra $1,800. So if you guys have somebody that is interested in buying but doesn't want to get the higher interest rate, let's have them look at that and let's put a plan together so that we can show them how we can actually still save them money. So
Awesome, thanks, Melissa. That's actually great advice, and especially right now where even car loans, where they used to be 2% and now they're 8.5% on some of the things. So if you were to, and these cars, they're not cheap anymore. Seems like the average car seems to be $50,000-$60,000. So yeah, it's expensive. So yeah, doesn't surprise me. So that makes a big difference if you're trying, you want to keep that 2.5% interest rate or 3% interest rate, but then so it makes perfect sense. So thank you. Security National.
Just something real quick is I've got a little tool guide that kind of highlights some of the great products that we have and conventional FHA, plus our down payment assistance. It's great to have with you, or if you want to take one of these and if you're online, just text me your email and I'll get this out to you. It's a great little tool for you to have and go over with clients.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
mm-hmm.
All right. Acclaimed. I don't think I've seen anybody there.
No, I'll take that.
Traveling title.
Good morning, I'm Scott with Traveling Title. Thanks for letting me be here. We'll close anywhere, anytime. It feels like, at least what I'm seeing from our clients, a lot of listings out there are pushing assumable mortgage from their clients. Their sellers are listing their home and they're saying, hey, assume my loan when you buy the house. So we can help handle those closings. We've done that before. I'll let the mortgage affiliates correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe when it comes to assumable mortgages, VA, FHA loans, those are for sure assumable. Some conventional loans could be assumable as well, but that's not 100% like those FHA, VA loans are. When you try and put an offer on a listing where they're pushing that assumable mortgage, be sure to ask the agent. The closing does tend to take a little longer. It's going to maybe be 60 days. I've heard maybe up to 120 days. I think it kind of just depends on how quickly that buyer gets approved. What's nice about it, because they're assuming a loan, there's no appraisal factor involved, right? It's just all about, can that borrower take on that payment? So we can help out with those. If you have any questions, give me a call. Scott with Traveling Title, thanks.
Perfect. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, I would assume that the key part about the timing is. They, because a part of the approval, you got to get approval from FHA, VA themselves. And so then when they do the application process, it's going to be taking time. So.
Transfer the title, right? Because the deed will change names, but the mortgage actually stays still under that original borrower's name. There's some paperwork that gets filed to make it work. They do that. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And then 2-man movers. You there?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
All
I've
right.
got
Okay.
you on Zoom here today. Sorry about
Sure,
that.
please do.
So I'm just going to be really brief. Next week on the 24th, I have a class with you guys. I'd love it if you.
So I am going to just let you know that we need 5 more agents who want to participate in our.
Oh, no, they can't hear you.
Aquatic Center on May
Hey, just
27th.
a sec. I don't know what's happening.
6:30 to 9:30.
There.
And
I'm
we're
gonna call
asking.
him. Hold on, just
it's
one
going
sec.
to be an
Hey Donna,
approximate
that
amount right
video
now,
is still on there for
$300
two-man
per
as
agent.
well.
And you can invite up to 100 clients to come.
Okay,
So this
I'm
is a
gonna call
really
Rob.
good way to touch
Yeah, because there's
All
a
your
video for
clients
two-man
and
at the very end
past
of
clients,
this.
future clients, whatever you want to do. But anyway, we need it paid by today and we're going to Venmo Karen Nutchin. So if we can't get 5 more agents by today, we have to cancel by tomorrow to get a full refund, for her to get a full refund. So if you have any questions, give me a call, text me, whatever you want to do. Then, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay.
Hey, Rob.
Oh, there's 2-man movers. Had a
Oh, well, okay.
message here.
You got the video there?
Yeah, I put the video on. I don't know why they can't hear us. but
I
yeah,
don't know either.
Don't know on the sound. Let's see if there's supposed to be sound on this or not.
Oh my gosh. Why is the sound not showing?
I promise next week.
Well, let's see what is going on.
Hey, I'm sorry to bug you. I know you're doing all your stuff. Are you anywhere close to where Rob
Just
is?
start over for him.
No, but why? What's going on?
He's not answering and he's muted everybody on the, we're all trying to talk to him and he can't hear us or see us.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. I'll help you.
Okay, bye.
So the sound was down.
Hey, just so
Okay,
you
we
know,
do.
those of you that are on here, I got a hold of Steve and he's walking in there right now to see.
Yep, we just
That's
heard,
what
we
Rob-
actually just heard you.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We can hear it now. The TV volume was all the way down.
Oh, can you hear us?
We can now hear you. The TV volume was down, so and we
Oh,
didn't know
because we've been
that.
talking to you the whole time. This is Tana.
Okay,
And Travis is actually on the Zoom also.
all right.
I'm in the bright red shirt there for you.
Okay, sorry about that. We,
No,
yeah,
you're
the
all right.
volume now up on the TV. We can now hear everybody.
Okay, so just briefly, I just wanted to first of all thank Jennifer Yao. We did a move for her just recently, and you'll see a testimonial of that either in this video or next week when I do a class. And then also Courtney Moore, I did an estimate with her and she is on our schedule for the 10th. So I do appreciate you guys reaching out to us and considering us for your personal moves especially, but also for your clients. And then otherwise next week, like I said, I will be there on the 24th to do a class. So I'll go over everything at that point with everybody so that you have an understanding of our industry and what we can do to help you.
Perfect. Thanks, Travis. Sorry about that. We'll go ahead and play the video now that we're ready to do. So hold on a second. We'll maybe listen to that.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Members understand that about more than just
Travis, I just sent you a private message in the chat.
Thank you. I'll take a look at it.
We can't hear it, Rob. I don't know if you guys can.
Oh, okay. Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I could hear you. We just couldn't hear the video.
Oh, sorry about that. It was being played on the TV and we were able
Oh.
to hear it here. So,
Okay, one thing or
it's
another, right?
possible that- Yeah, it's
That's okay.
possible that the
It's all good. Thank you.
speaker may have been a little bit too far away from the TV, so it couldn't be heard. So sorry about that. Challenges of doing this stuff two ways. All right, let's see. Let's see where we are now. Maybe that's the last one. Okay, that is the last one. So I think at that point, we will be turning it over to you guys with Elevate.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So question. It's like the accurate, just screen mirror it, and you share that.
Great. Introduce, what we're doing today. I need a water. You know the other one you have. Cause I talked a lot of things, so home warranties is really interesting, right? Because,
Riveting stuff.
it's like, when you talk home warranty, like, what's so exciting about home warranty? But we're gonna show you first of all, but second of all, it's like, yeah, okay, it's home warranty. It's like, okay, you can cover it, you don't, or whatever. But I want to throw out a statistic. Well, before I do that, let me actually share, kind of my history, and some of you know this already. I think Heather, you probably heard me share this about maybe a little bit, probably Minette or Lily or somebody, but anyways, I just want to drop a few names so that people do that, get some people in the room. But anyways, so I actually got into the real estate industry it's almost 27 years ago now. So Tanner, that's going to come up and help me present this, is 22 years old. So I feel really old when I say that now, but 27 years I've been in this industry. So I'm not going to tell you how old I was when I started, because you'll just do the math. I was 12. But I'm a grandpa. That's actually one of the coolest things right now about what's going on in my life. But
Girl or boy?
little boy. So I have 4 daughters, and I have a little over 1-year-old grandson. So he's awesome. But yeah. So anyway, so a little bit about me and my history. So I actually, like I say, almost 27 years now in the business. I started as an escrow officer. Well, that's not true. I started at a title company. I was a receptionist at a title company for 2 or 3 months. And then I was an escrow processor. Then I got my license and I was escrow officer for 5 or 6 years. Again, this is going back quite a ways. And then as I'm closing all these deals, right, these real estate agents are closing and loan officers are closing. I had some amazing clients, but I thought, man, these realtors are making a ton of money. I should try that, right? So I ended up getting my real estate license, and back then in Utah, you could hold both licenses and get paid on both. You can still hold both licenses. You just can't get paid on both in the same transaction, right? So what I did was back then, because you could get paid on both transactions, I focused on buyers. So I'm like, back then commissions weren't really under attack, right? It was full 6%, if not sometimes 7%, right? 3 and 3 for sure, or sometimes you'd even get 7% because you could. And so I was closing probably about 20 to 25 buyers a year, and I was doing about half of their loans. So again, back then, loans were I was making some really good money. I was making dozens of dollars. I was, yeah. But so I was making at least 3% on the buyer side, right? Because I'm representing the buyer, and then on the loan side, I was making 2 to 3%, right? Because back then it was like you charge 1% up front. When you gotta get it.
Hey, wait, sorry, this is Tana from Presidio. I'm the one hosting the Zoom. I'm the one you talk to. If you
Okay.
are you trying to get your video to work or your
Yeah, we're
computer?
trying to get
If
our
he
slide
logs
working.
in, then I'll give him hosting availability on his
Oh,
computer.
cool. Okay.
But-
Oh, is that what
That
it
was
is?
just way easier. So have him log into the Presidio Zoom. And then I'll just give him hosting if he tells me what his name is or whatever. Sorry to interrupt you. I was just trying to help.
That's okay. Should we have him log into the Zoom on our iPad?
Or he can do it on the video,
Computer?
the one right there too, if he has access to what he needs. That's
Okay.
why that computer there is there too, if he wants to use that one.
Like the link to
Yeah,
it.
just in the link. Okay, so maybe we'll grab it. Anyways, so it's closing. I was making this on the loan side. Back then, it was like you charge 1% up front, and then there's what's called yield spread, right? And you make anywhere from the more you charge on the rate, the more yield spread or that you get. And it's similar now, but they just do it a little bit differently. But anyways, I was making 1 to 2% on the yield spread. So I was making 5 to 6% on one deal, right? So in closing 25 on about half of them. So anyways, it's kind of cool. I don't know why I say that, but and then about 8-9 years ago, I got involved in Elevate and home warranties. But so I've been in the industry a long time. A lot of you know my family. I have a lot of family members that are in the industry as well. Don't hold that against me because some of you know my dad and some of you are like, anyways, he's a great guy. He's a good guy. I don't know. He's louder than me. He's more obnoxious than me, if you can believe it. He's 71 years old. So that's actually pretty cool. Anyways, so it's Don. You know Don? You know him. I know you do. Steven knows him. Really? We're all brothers and sisters. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, that's my dad. So my dad's been in real estate for years here in Utah. He actually left Utah for a while. That's a whole nother presentation. Anyways, came back and he's in real estate now. For those that know, if you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say. If you know, you know. I'll just leave it at that. So, but he owned a Remax franchise here, and anyways, then left. So, and then he was back. So he's still doing real estate here. But, anyways, do you want to share a little bit about what your background?
Yeah, and what was her name on there? Tana? Tana. They were saying, Tana, that the best way to do it would be to send it to you because they don't know whose computer this is or how to send something here. But could we just send it to you and have you share it?
The link.
Yeah. Or present it?
It's just a link, Tana. It's a slideshow, but you'll have to, I guess, you just have to go to the next slide or something. Yeah, we're just gonna sit down and listen to you present our presentation.
You can do a home
Okay.
warranty.
Because truly, if you just want it all on your computer, if you would just log on, then I would give you the sharing rights and then you can do whatever you want.
Okay, Tanner's still working on. So just give you Tanner's history while he's working on that. So again, Tanner's super young.
Like really,
Let's say longer than Tanner's been alive. He was a loan officer first calling for how long?
for 2 years,
For 2 years. Just got married. Has it been a year yet?
like 9 months ago.
9 months?
Yeah.
9 months. Well,
It's just under a
I
year.
had a baby. Yeah, it's 9 months, dude. 9 months. So anyway,
It might be a while.
so and then I was able to hire Tanner away from them when?
July of last year, almost a year ago now.
So anyway, so I love Tanner. He's a good dude for those that know him. So that's kind of us. Any questions? So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a couple different things about home warranty, right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk generally about home warranties. Like I say, because I've been in the business a long time, I know a little bit about just the generic part of home warranties, meaning there are some things that home warranties just all do the same. And there are some things that we all think home warranties are the same. And for the most part, they kind of are. But there's some things that we are doing very, very different that we'll share as well that they're really cool.
What's the Zoom meeting ID, Tana? So I can just join it.
So have you logged on through Presidio Raising the Bar?
No,
He's just logging on through Zoom.
just logging in through Zoom.
Okay, so if you go on through the Raising the Bar, the code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you go on through the Zoom, it's Presidio's phone number.
Is the ID.
What's
Yeah.
that one?
So
No.
801-251-6683.
2683.
No, 6683.
6683.
801-251-6683.
683.
Okay. Look for Tanner Gantmeyer.
And then the passcode is 124567.
What's the passcode?
1 through 8.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get this.
This is gonna be on there. Join.
Join on video.
There you are.
I just don't want it to.
Progress.
Makes it scary.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll talk a little bit gender. And here's the thing for me, when I present, we talk about anything, any meeting I'm in, if you have a question or a comment, just say it. Don't, this is not elementary school. You don't need to raise your hand. Just interrupt me and say, hey, I have something I want to say, and then we'll talk about it. Right? We're all grown adults, so we'll respect each other's time. But okay, so most of it. Anyway, so please just share your thoughts or feelings, or honestly, if you have concerns or something that you want to bring up that maybe we can talk about and a coverage issue or something like that. I'm happy to do that as well.
I just need to share, the ability to share.
I know I've got to take the main one off of the main thing, so just 2 seconds.
Oh, that's Jeff. No, you're good.
Thanks, Tana. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Moving along.
Trying to think if there's anything else I can share before we talk about. Okay, let's go through these jokes.
I've got a giveaway too, actually. We've been hearing a lot of statistics about home warranties recently, and I'm gonna do a giveaway for a $5 swig card. I've done these before, but you can just go grab a drink. I think like you can barely get a drink now for $5 because of inflation. So this probably get you one drink. You probably have to choose with somebody. You can get a straw in a cup and maybe some ice in your cup. So the question I have is, what percent of homeowners that get a home warranty use the home warranty within the first 6 months? Okay.
Hold on, freeze. Here's what's so crazy about this. This is why I love these questions. Minette, what did you say? What did you say, 25? Oh, great, right? This is good education, right? So this is actually really interesting.
What percent of
Exactly.
homeowners use the warranty within the first 6 months of getting the warranty? 50, 70. Okay, you guys need to keep guessing because there's 2 people that are like right in between, 65. Okay, 65, one right here. So it's 60%. So 60%, I mean, 60% of your homeowners that get a home warranty are using it within the first 6 months, which is huge, right? It means that they're using it, that they understand it, and that they're getting things covered, which is nice, especially as an agent. You want them to move into the house and not have to worry about the things that break within the first 6 months. I think that's huge, right? They just spent a ton of money buying a house, and now they're gonna have a bunch of repairs, and so it's nice to know, even on new builds.
I think you'd be surprised. So we have new construction stuff that we do it. It's interesting. We actually had one.
Builders have a year warranty on their house, like after they build it, right? It's because they know that the houses aren't perfect and they have some things that need to be fixed.
Hey, Tanner, you've got control. Just didn't want to cut you off.
Ooh, we feel so powerful with the control.
Kind of dangerous.
We do sprinklers. Yeah, we cover sprinklers now. We added that a couple years ago. And we do garbage bin cleaning now. That's one thing we're different, right? I'll kind of, oh, we got it. Okay, cool. Yeah. Cover the heads and then the pipes, right? So the little,
And the system timer.
oh, the timer, I probably, thank you, Tan. This is why I have Tanner, because I'm old and forget stuff. So there's the part that connects to the plumbing underneath, that's like 6 feet down. That is not covered. That's because it's different. But anyways, we do cover the heads and then the line, as long as it's normal wear and tear. Obviously, if you run over a lawnmower with it, tree branches are not normal wear and tear, so it's not covered. Yeah, right. That's right. So yeah, but yeah, so everything on the sprinkler I just talked about. And yeah, it's great. That's a great question. So okay,
Ready for this?
yeah, let's do it. So we're gonna start with a video. What is a home warranty? And again, if you have questions while this is playing, I think it's just a couple minutes long, but this is kind of how we're gonna lead into our discussion. So
Okay, we'll see if this audio works.
A home warranty, also known as a home protection plan, protect both the seller and the buyer in the case that there's a malfunction with the newly purchased home. As a summary, we'll answer these 6 most frequently asked questions. 1, how do home warranties work? What does a home warranty cover? Who pays for the home warranty? How long does a home warranty last? Is it possible to renew a home warranty? And lastly, how much does a home warranty cost? When you have a home warranty and something in the house breaks, like an appliance or a plumbing problem, the process is typically pretty simple. First, you'll call the home warranty company, then call a service provider in their network for your specific problem. So
what I like to do this video is I like to freeze it, because this is where we're different, right? So this is actually, I love this video because it's very general home warranties, right? Not specific elevate. So this is why I'm going to freeze it and then talk about certain things that we do a little bit bit different, okay? So yes, people could call in the home warranty company. That's how they get somebody to come out and diagnose the issue, right? However, we are different. We love to talk to our homeowners. We love them to call us, but we have an app, or they can do it online, where they can actually request service online or through the app, and it saves them $5 on the service call fee. Does anybody know what our service call fee is? Just out of curiosity.
It's 25, 60.
More. We just recently, we raised it about a year or so ago. We're still the lowest service call fee out there. 75, right? So if they do it online or do it through our website, or through the website, then it's $70. So, yep. So my point to this is, yes, they can call in, but if they want to do it online, it saves them a few bucks. And then also with our app, they can watch their whole service request throughout the process. I kind of compare it to like, have you seen Domino's Pizza? Who's ordered Domino's Pizza on their app before? It's awesome, huh? So what's so cool about it, Heather? Why don't you share kind of what you think of what you're talking about? Every single step, it's in the oven. Instead of, everything about it. I totally do that. I don't know why. I'm like, where's my pizza? I know, it's in the oven. It's out of the oven. Instead of that. So cool. So it's kind of similar to that, right? Where people can see exactly where their service request is through the whole process.
Something really cool about it too is a lot of times, I don't know how many of you, like, you look at a condenser unit and you have no clue what's wrong or any of that. So you can even upload pictures, you can upload videos. We like it if you take a picture like the serial bar, like the code, because then our contractors sometimes can even diagnose the issue before they get there. They can bring the part, get an automatic approval while they're there on the site, and then replace it like water.
Box of cereal.
What?
The serial
Box, the serial number.
Serial number.
Box.
SERIAL. So here's a cool. We just had one just recently that shared this example. It was a fridge issue, and homeowner ended up sending pictures and brand and serial numbers to the contractor, our appliance contractor, and he knew because of that. He goes, I'm gonna assume it's this issue because that's 95% of the issues with this fridge. Was able to get the part, go there the next day and fix it within 24 hours, right? So it's really cool that they were able to also do that, send those pictures in, because then, like Tanner said, it allows the contractor to know the information to get the deal done quicker. So.
For example, let's say there's an electrical problem. They're going to call one of their preferred electricians. Next, that service provider will then contact you to come by and, of course, fix the problem. After the electrician fixes the problem, you'll be responsible for paying a small service fee. That fee is typically somewhere between $75 to $100. Remember that many plans have different pricing and types of coverage, right? So just make sure that you read the paperwork to see what you're covered for. Naturally, that brings up the next question, which is, what does a home warranty actually cover? That depends on what type of coverage you've selected, which state you're in, and then what company that you have coverage with. But typically, your home warranty should cover things such as ductwork, plumbing problems, some home appliances, electrical problems, air conditioning, water heaters, and usually plenty more. Things that typically are not covered are things like sprinklers, hardware repairs, refrigerators, garage door openers, and many other appliances, spa or pools. Now, remember that all plans are different, so just make sure.
This is why I share this video, because it's very generic, right? So there are companies out there that don't cover those specific things, but what are the things on there that what we covered? Sprinklers was one of them. Refrigerators. Do we cover spa or hot tubs? Garage door openers, right? Not the actual door. Nobody covers the structure of the door, but the actual opener, yes, absolutely. Fridge, what was that? What else was there? There was one more I'm thinking of. No, so our top two plans. So there's our basic plan was $450. It's not included, but the other two plans, it absolutely.
Plan. So you can add a spa or a pool or even saltwater pools. Like, we have pretty adjustable coverage to whatever you need for your clients. So.
Yep. Any other questions? Hot tub save. If it's a built-in hot tub, we'll cover it. It's just additional. Yeah.
That you review your home warranty plan to be sure. And for many items, such as a pool, you might even be able to request special coverage on those items. So make sure that you reach out to them to see what the company is able to do. If you're in the midst of selecting a plan still, really the best way to find out what you're covered for is just by simply asking for a sample copy of the policy. All right, so who pays for the home warranty? Now, it's pretty standard for the seller to typically pay the home warranty, but that's not always for certain. So we recommend that the seller always provide this for the simple reason that they don't want to be getting calls or threats of legal action from a buyer after closing if something is to break, right? Either way, if a seller does not provide it and you're the buyer, we still recommend that you go on ahead and get that home warranty to just.
So I'll explain it in a little bit, but I just want to share. In this market, especially when it got hot, and home warranties were like pretty much, I mean, they were still in some transactions, but very few transactions. We actually got a lot of buyers that called us and paid for their own, and we are absolutely great with that. There are some companies here in Utah that do not allow that. Or we can also do, just so you know, this is like, again, where we're very, very different. We can also do monthly plans, right? So if they want to get a home warranty, even if it's not included in the real estate transaction, they want it as part of the real estate transaction, they can call us and pay a monthly fee. So it saves them actually paying an annual, because they're probably coming in without payment, closing costs, whatever else they're coming in with. And it allows them to just do it fairly inexpensively. So you'll be right. You'll be back, right? Well, we're giving $100 bills at the beginning, so.
Make sure that you're covered. In regards to the length of time that you're typically covered under a home warranty, it's pretty standard for them to last 1 full year. On top of that, most home warranties can typically be extended for an additional year if it's requested, but make sure that you find out what terms and costs are with your provider up front. Lastly, how much does a home warranty actually cost? Thankfully, home warranties, they're pretty cheap for the peace of mind that they're able to provide. On average, you can expect to pay anywhere between $350 to $700 for a full year of coverage, depending on what type of coverage that you choose. If you found this video helpful, the coolest thing you could do for us is just give us a like, subscribe, or comment
Don't like and
below.
subscribe to that.
It'll help us extend our
Just. There you go.
Like shout out no in the middle of a meeting.
That was so weird. I don't even like, it was like my knee-jerk reaction. No. I know it was so forceful, huh? I know my wife would have smacked me. No, I'm kidding. So I want to speak to the renewals a little bit, real fast, because this is again where we're different, right? So I've actually had, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but having been in the industry for a long time, you create relationships, right? Some of those relationships I've created are actually owners / account executives / salespeople of other home warranty companies. And do we talk about our companies? Yeah, we do, right? So one thing I'm going to say that we're very different, and I'll just leave it at that. If you want to ask me later why I'm trying to be a little bit generic, I'll explain it. But this is where we're very different. It talks about renewals, right? Okay, sweet. You're gonna get 2 of them now. Yeah, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
She doesn't know I'm very sarcastic, but you're gonna find out at the end if I was serious about that or not. So you better stay till the end. We're very different. We don't see a buyer that where a seller has paid for a warranty as a customer yet. We see them as a warm lead, and here's why. Did they pay? Chances are they didn't pay for that warranty, right? It's more likely the seller. So they now haven't come out of pocket with it. So our job as Elevate is we want to wow them for the first year, make sure that they want to renew, right? So we actually just implemented this about just a few months ago. It's actually really cool. Because we know statistically, if a homeowner uses the warranty 1.8 times a year, I know that's not possible. It's just an average. Just so everybody knows. 1.8 times a year, the likelihood of them renewing for the next year goes way up, right? So if they don't use the warranty within the first of all, we do a welcome call, right? We call them up and walk them through the warranty. Not all companies do that, by the way. So if you're using a different company, I think most of you using us, but if you're using a different company, ask them, are you doing a welcome call so the buyer actually knows how to use the warranty and what to do it? You'd be surprised at how many will tell you no. Second question or second thought I have to that is, we actually call them also 4 months after they start the warranty, because if they haven't used it, right? Because we want them to use the warranty, because we know if they use it 1.8 times, they're going to want to stay with us, right? Because they see the value in the warranty, right? So we'll actually also call them 4 months after they have the warranty, if they haven't used it, in hopes to get them to use it for something. So kind of cool, because we know that the renewal is king. We know that we want them to become a customer. So
Awesome.
go do this.
Does anybody know the difference between, oh shoot, probably should not have that on the board. Does anybody know the difference between home insurance and home warranty? If you could explain it super fast, okay?
Yeah, home insurance is going to cover your personal belongings and the structure. Your home warranty is going to cover the appliances and the mechanical and things inside them.
Right, fires, natural disasters, theft, all that kind of stuff is covered by your home insurance. But then home warranty, we cover just all the major systems of your home, which is super nice because just with the two of them, you pretty much have your whole house covered, which is nice from any disaster, anything that happens, any natural occurrence that happens to any of your appliances. I think one of the biggest differences, how many of you know how much a deductible is on average for your home insurance? If you have to file a claim with your homeowner's insurance, what is like what's like an average, like
Varies on 5,000 to 50,000.
500 to 1,500 bucks, right? So that's the difference between us and I think homeowners insurance. Sometimes there's bigger disasters that happen on homeowners insurance, but home warranty in general, like Corey was saying, is really cheap. So you pay your service call fee of 60 to 100 bucks. And then you can have somebody come out and repair those issues for super, super cheap, which I think is sweet.
So real quick, so let me give you an example of something an issue that why you would want both, right? So I've shared this example, I think, in here before, but I want to share it again because it's really important to understand this. So dishwasher leaks, right? There's a leak in the dishwasher, it leaks all over the floor, all over the cabinets. What does a home warranty cover? Dishwasher, what does the home insurance cover? The floor, right? So no home warranty coming out there covers secondary damage, right? So the secondary damage is whatever whatever is broken caused outside of that actual unit, right? Fortuitous, unforeseen, I think, or
Right, now, it's left, so that's probably.
oh, we need to change that word. Unfortuitous.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not a word guy. That's fortuitous. Okay, we'll fix that. Thank you. So anyway, we'll fix that. So with homeowners insurance, that's why you want both, right? Because will homeowners insurance cover the dishwasher? Unlikely, right? So, so we fix that leak, right? Look what cover the and we'll cover the floor. So that's why that's why it's a perfect marriage, right? Is for those both of those things. We just barely added to our warranty last year. When I say last year, I mean in December, right? So just literally like 5-6 months ago. We're the only company that I know of the only company in the whole country that actually does this now. Is we will, if there's an issue like that, we will reimburse that homeowner their homeowners insurance deductible up to $500. So we know that it's a budget protection, right? And we know if they have to pay out, the more they have to pay out, the more frustrated they're going to be. And so we added that because we wanted to make sure that, hey, if there's an issue, we want to make sure you're paying out the least amount possible. So it was kind of cool. Sadly.
You know, if somebody goes in, they do you don't have a listing warranty, somebody goes in and they do an inspection and they say, there's just not enough hot water, we want the seller to replace the water heater, and the seller's going, it's working.
Right.
It may not fill 2 tubs during the inspection full of hot water,
But it is working.
but it's working. So where's that line of a pre-existing condition?
I love this question. Absolutely love this question. With the real estate transaction, I'm hoping everybody gets an inspection. I don't care how crazy the market gets. An inspection is super important, right? We cover what we call unknown, undetectable. So first of all, let me ask, if you were to ask a home warranty company in general, do you cover pre-existing conditions? How are they going to answer that? They're going to say no, right? And so when somebody asks me that, I always say kind of. And here's why. Because unknown, undetectable pre-existing conditions. We know there's a lot of issues that happen. I'll give you an example in a second, but a lot of issues that happen that the buyer, they just don't know. They have no idea that was an issue. So why should they be faulted for that, right? Exactly. Very, very, very great, great example. Yeah, for sure. So what we do we have what's called inspection protection. This is why I love this. This is why I love this question. So if they get an inspection, I always do this by saying inspection, like this is the size of the inspection. This is what it looks like. But if they get an inspection, I don't know. I do a dance because I love them so much. It's like home warranty. But anyway, now actually I lost my train of thought. So inspection protection. If they get an inspection, we do not. By the way, there are companies out there that require inspections. We do not require an inspection, okay? But we do ask for it, and this is exactly the reason why what Lily's talking about, right? So if we go back to the inspection, and if there's something that we normally would have covered that is not on the inspection, meaning the inspector says they inspected it, it looks great, everything's fine, we will absolutely cover that. That could be an pre-existing issue, right? Let me give you another example. Water heater is probably the best example of this, because no home warranty company out there covers if there's rust. Let's say a water heater has rust on it, and two months later, after the buyers close on their home, there's a leak in that water heater, right? Because of the rust. Would that be considered a pre-existing issue? Absolutely, it would be, right? So home warranty companies actually will not cover that because like that rust has been there longer than they've been in the home. This is where we're very different, right? We will actually cover that because the inspector said it was working. So that's a really good thing. Absolutely, we are. Absolutely are.
We're running down into the tank. We don't have any money.
Yes, no, we're very profitable. Yeah, and I'll share why in a second too, right? But another reason why is another great example of this is you also see a lot on inspection. I know you've seen this verbiage is it's past its useful life. We recommend that let's take your furnace, right? They tested the furnace, it's past its useful life. We recommend an HVAC contractor look at it, but it is working, right? This is where we're very different. There are companies out there that will literally redline those on the inspection, say we don't cover that because it was recommended that you replaced it. But it's working. So how is that? Why would you, right? I get this question all the time. So with that verbiage, if it says it's past its useful life, but it's working, we will absolutely still cover it, right? I actually got a call. This has been now a couple of years, but I got a call. I got to leave pretty soon. I got a call a couple of years ago it was on a furnace, and I was born in 1975. Don't do the math. And I say that for a reason. I'm old. 75, 75, 73. I feel old. So anyway, so he said this house that we're selling was built in 1978. Okay, original furnace, original AC, and I'm like, this is super old, right? This is almost as old as I am. And it had that exact verbiage on there. It's past its useful life. It's well past its useful life. We recommend an HVAC contractor to look at it and possibly replace it, whatever the verbiage was. And I said, does it say it's working? And the agent said, yes, they say it's working. That's all we need to know. So as long as it's working, this is where that will cover. Yeah. So any questions on that? That's actually, I think, really important to understand is that's where we're very, very different. And here's why we're profitable. I actually love this question too. People are like, man, you seem to cover more than other people cover, and we absolutely do. In fact, I'll share another, or maybe you can share the statistic. This is the one that you've kind of figured out. But one of the reasons why we're fine is we actually have agreements with our contractors. We send them a ton of business, right? Let me give you an example. Our top HVAC contractor, I think we sent him $250,000 to $300,000 worth of business last year or the year before, whatever year it was, right? So we're sending him a ton of business, right? And so because we have enough business to send them, instead of an AC replacement costing $5 or $6 grand, it might cost us half that, right? So they discount the rates for us. And not only that, we buy our own parts. So a replacement is, when we pay for a replacement, it's very, very different than if you were to call out of a phone book and pay retail, right? So that's a big reason why we can be profitable with that. So anyways, but that's also a good example here, because this is why I love this to share this too, is if you have to replace let's just go AC right now, because everybody's turning on their ACs now. How much does it cost to replace an AC? I kind of gave it away, but $5-6 grand, right? Okay, our top plan is $750. So take $750 to $5,000, and you have a warranty for 7 or 8 years, and maybe 9 years before you even that cost even catches up to itself.
Just your AC unit.
Exactly, and there's more coverage than just AC. So I love that example. Next statistic is, and this is actually, and then I'll probably need to leave and have Tanner finish this up, but we've been sharing this a little bit more and more lately, because this is where we're also different, because we do cover more. Maybe you've already shared this, but I'll share it anyways. But the percentage, this is now a general question, a home warranty question. The percentage, do you have any more gift cards?
I did.
That's okay. If you get this question right, you're gonna get the remote to the TV, okay? You can control the volume. So what percentage, this is again general, not Elevate specific, but general question. What percentage of warranty claims are denied out of? Denied. Okay, so Minette, you said what? What did you say?
We got 32. What are you trying to do? 30.
So actually flip that. No, flip that. You take 100 minus 87. So 87% are covered. So 13%. See, this is why I love this question. This is actually why I love this question. Home warranty covers in general cover more than you think. I get calls from agents that say, hey, my buyer's having this issue. It's an issue with this deal. They've never used they've never had to call in before, but will you help me on this issue? And I go look at their file. I'm like, well, we've covered 4 different things. You just don't hear about it because they don't call you unless they're a little bit upset, right? So anyway, so 87% are covered. So 30% are denied. Okay, now we're going to Elevate. What is the Elevate denial percentage? Denial percentage. Ooh. Okay. Close. 4. Wait, where are we? 3. 3. We're 4%. So 90%. I don't even know how to respond. 55%. What? Oh man. So anyway, so 4% are denied, right? Part of that's because of the pre-existing kind of issues that we talked about. Those are huge. We also know it's last thing I'm gonna share percent. So this is the last thing, and I have to run to another appointment with Tanner. Will finish this up. What percentage? I love that he shared what percentage of homeowners use a home warranty for 6 months. I'm gonna change it. What percentage of homeowners use it? And this is just our data. So I don't know other companies' data, but this is just our data. So what percentage of companies use the home warranty in the first 30 days? It's obviously going to be lower because if it's higher than that, his percentage would be higher. But oh, he said 32, 33%. So here's what's crazy. Here's why home warranties are important. This last thing, this is my soapbox for home warranties, right? 1 out of every 3 homeowners have an issue within the first 30 days. 60%, 6 out of 10, 3 out of 5, everyone you do the math, have an issue within the first 6 months. So something's going to likely that happen, right? So that's just why a home warranty is super important, because there's a chance that 1 out of every 3 buyers, 1 out of every 3 of your buyers is going to have an issue, or 60% of your buyers are going to have an issue within that first 6 months, right? Please ask. I love these questions. I totally do.
Educate me
Yeah.
with how warranty works with builders
Okay.
and how, because long story short, my friends purchased property, they send a contract with Patterson. Patterson sends over their personal Patterson home warranty for 1 year.
Yeah.
And so how does that work with, say, they want to use Elevate? How do we just?
If it's a builder warranty, we always recommend it to make sure to keep. So we have a new construction plan too, and it covers 3 years. And I say 3 years, we can do it one of 2 different ways. And depending on the homeowner, and also depending on the builder, we can do it. If they cover the first year, the builder covers the first year, we will cover years 2, 3, and 4. So it's 3. It's actually a really, really inexpensive policy for 3 years of coverage. It's I think our middle plan is $1,200. That's total for the 3 years. It's like $400 a year. It's super, super cheap. So the biggest difference between our new construction plan is the exact same plan as far as coverage goes as you see on here. There's no changes, nothing different. So I say that because the important thing with us is we wouldn't cover anything structural, right? We don't cover nail pops. We don't cover if there's a foundation crack, anything like that. We don't cover anything structural. This is why the builder's warranty is super important too, is because they cover things that a home warranty company wouldn't cover as far as the structure goes. So, but if they want to add our warranty in the first year, and that's for years 1 through 3, they can do that, and they can go through us. That's totally fine. Most of them are doing, because there's the builder warranty, we cover years 2 through 4, and then they can call us after that. And builders,
The actual warranty itself, because I don't know if it's decent or.
it's a builder warranty. Yeah, for sure. If you want to say it, okay, I'm happy to look at it. Yeah.
Well, with DR Horton, and I have the 1-year builder warranty. Pro tip, and I heard this from an inspector actually. I'm gonna get an inspection at month 10.
That's smart.
And see what is broken in the house, if there's anything that's wrong, and then I'm gonna get a list and send that to my builder and say, hey, just got an inspection on the house. Here's a list of 15 things that they said that they recommend to be fixed or replaced or whatever it is. And then I actually have a warranty set up through us for years 2 through 4. So I get huge, right? And it's actually really cheap. So I got the cheapest plan. It's $750 for 3 years, so it's $250 a year. You're not gonna find a cheaper warranty out there than that. And then I think our middle plan is $1,100 for 3 years. So it really is super smart.
It's cheap.
So a lot of people don't.
It's super cheap.
They don't offer the new construction.
Yeah.
So.
I love this. I love these questions. I love it. See, because here's what's so crazy, right? Heather, how long have I known you? Years, right? But these are things that for some reason that they still come from scratch. Same with learning. I've known learning for a lot of years, but anyways, I know. Here's what's crazy. I talk a lot, but sometimes there's no substance in what I say. So this is probably why we're having this question. So I know that today, finally there's substance. Okay, so Heather? We'll go to Heather and then Ludi. Absolutely. Always discount to realtors, yeah. Yeah, and it's, the renewal rates are discounted, the first year rates are discounted, absolutely will give her
Yeah.
real estate. Just,
What?
it's real estate transaction pricing. So instead of, so homeowner pricing outside of the warranty, and he'll probably talk about this a little bit later, but it's a little different. And so it's either real estate pricing or call me, if you send me a fair amount of business, it can be less than that. That's all I'll say. Yeah, I'll take care of you. Yeah. You had a question? Absolutely.
Not
You said you said when we work with the transactions.
fine.
Absolutely. Absolutely do. Yeah. Yes.
Pricing is a little bit different. So for existing homes, the pricing is just based on the square footage of the property, which is actually really nice. And then it's just the plans you choose. But sometimes even if the square footage is a little less, it can be cheaper than even the real estate pricing. So
I've seen that too. And the last thing I'd say with homeowner plans that are outside of real estate transaction, there is a waiting period. Because there's not an inspection, there will be a waiting period. Does anybody know what most companies' waiting period is? 30 days is typical. 30 days is typical. Does anybody know what ours is? 15 days. Ours is 15 days. Yeah. This is another reason why we're different. We want to be useless. You know, obviously everything has to still be working, but ours is a 15-day wait and not a 30-day like most, if they even sell them, the homeowner plans. So.
what did I say?
Did I say something?
Oh, it's based on pricing, but.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah, so the homeowner plans, and these are all of them too, but the homeowner plans that you can get outside of a real estate transaction. The pricing is a little bit different than the real estate pricing, but it's just based on square footage of the home and then the type of home, so it's like a duplex or a fourplex or whatever it is. But the pricing could be a little bit cheaper than even the real estate pricing, if like depending on square footage where you're at, so. Yeah,
Let's see, this is the last thing I'll say. I know I said that like 3 times already, but this truly is the last thing to say.
and we'll be,
We're all looking at the channel video.
well, there's like 2 minutes left, so I'll probably just finish there.
Don't let Tanner forget to talk about listing coverage, because there's,
Okay.
same with the homeowner plans, there are companies that don't do listing coverage. We do free listing coverage. And I recommend that. And we do, yeah, we do it, we do. So I recommend if you have listings, it's free. Just send us the address and the seller's names, and then as soon as we have that, that will be the effective date of the listing policy. And they have literally free coverage from that frame until it closes. It's, you have to be on the MLS. We have to have an MLS number, and here's why. We've noticed that before we started asking for the MLS number, if you used this before, we didn't ask it before. So there's 2 reasons we're asking for it now. We don't want FSBOs, we hate them. Do we all hate FSBOs? We all hate FSBOs. We don't like FSBOs. They have to be listed with an agent. The second reason is, this is a little bit embarrassing, but I'm going to share it with you anyways, and then I'll run away with my tail between my legs. But we were actually getting a lot of fraud. So we're getting a lot of people who were saying their home was listed. It gives free coverage, and it wasn't. So now exactly. So we actually are asking for the MLS number now. So, and that's why.
He told me to explain the listing coverage, and then he just covered it for you guys.
God. Wait, this is the last thing I'll say.
I just have one more thing to say about listing coverage. Look at the limits too. There's other companies that do offer it here in Utah, but some companies will cover like $1,000 aggregate for the whole listing period. And then you have to look at their service call fees as well, but ours is actually $2,000 aggregate for the whole time it's listed. So it's really, it's free coverage, and you get paid up to $2,000 on any claims that you file. So. Perfect. I'm looking at that. Okay, thank you guys. That's it.
Okay.
If you have any questions too, like our contact information is on all these cards, and I can hand them out too, but I think most of you know who we are, and have our phone numbers too, so. Awesome, thanks guys. Okay. This is perfect, yeah, thank you. I don't know how to end this.